Good day. Welcome back to the Vitality Project. I'm Dr. Bob. Thank you for joining me today. In our most recent post, we focused on identifying helpful coping skills, which may have served us in the past when we've been faced with stressful situations. We're talking about high-risk stressors in this series, and I want to know what you've done to help you cope with these in the past. I'm hoping that you found it helpful just to kind of spend some time just to focus in and locate those resources that are within your own experience. I like to think of it as things that we know by heart. And I think we oftentimes have a lot of resources at our disposal, things that we know by heart, things that we can call upon in the future when need arises. What I'd like to now do, since we've kind of explored or maybe gotten our awareness up around things that have served us in the past, I want to continue taking a deeper dive into understanding and coping with high-risk stressors, bearing in mind that you have some skills and resources that you have used in the past that probably have served you. To start with, just to kind of locate our conversation, what we're talking about, I believe, are survival skills in modern life. That is, there's not a one of us that's spared stress in our day-to-day existence, and we need to have skills to be resilient in the face of that. In the absence of resilience in our lives, in the absence of being able to activate coping skills, we're much more at risk for falling into all kinds of problematic attitudes and behaviors, whether it's anxiety or depression, and certainly the various addictive behaviors, including addiction to substances. Sometimes it's to other behaviors besides substance addiction. Sometimes it can be just self-defeating emotional reactions or attitudes. And so we're much more at risk when we don't have resources. So we're wanting to build those resources here. I think what we're talking about here is a more advanced form of recovery rather than just more basic. Just to be clear, I really believe that it's very important that we get clear about the specifics that go into simply getting sober, but that's not enough. And we're going to be digging deeper into what we need to do to sustain sobriety, to stay sober. So getting sober is important, but what do we do to stay sober? So for today, what I'd like to do is ask you to identify addictive behaviors that you've experienced. As I've said before, this journaling is for your eyes only. So I really want you to be able to journal in privacy and confidence, that no one will be seeing what you write down. But just to identify addictive behaviors that you may have experienced in the past, you may find some things that you're engaged in right now. And what I'm interested in is asking you, what's the longest period of time in which you've been able to abstain from this addictive substance, this addictive behavior, this addictive attitude? So whether it's something that you're currently struggling with or something that you've dealt with in the past, I just want you to make note of the longest period of sustained sobriety that you've experienced around each one of these addictions. It'll be very helpful as we move forward in this series on managing high-risk situations, looking at the resources we have, looking at what we've done in the past in terms of how long we've stayed sober. Come back to our next podcast, our next post. We'll be looking not only at how long we stay sober, but also the quality of that sobriety. So good luck with the exercise. I want to thank you again for joining me. Come back and see me soon. In the meantime, please stay safe, be well, take good care.